Good evening, everybody. Welcome back in once again. Come on in. Everybody come on in. Find a place to sit. Plenty of room for everybody. It is the last hurrah, the end of the trail, the top of the mountain, the grand finale of the 2018 Ames Municipal Band concert season. How many have been here for every single concert this year? Oh, look at that. Look at that. We've got a handful of very, very devoted Ames Municipal Band fans. I'm John Burnett-Larkins, and very pleased to be back here with you in time to round things out this season. The Fifth of Brass Quintet performed our pre-concert entertainment. Let's have another big round of applause for them. Fine work, indeed, as always. We are very delighted you could join us here tonight. And of course, these folks are always able to join us and very willing to join us. And they are very willing to put on another evening of very fine music for you this evening. Please say hello to the members of your Ames Municipal Band. And let's welcome the director of the Ames Municipal Band, Dr. Mike Golimo. We have a couple of euphonium solo numbers for you tonight from our very special guest instrumental soloist. It's coming up a bit later on. And a vocal soloist who knows this stage very well here this evening. He'll be bringing us some very special classical compositions later on. But right now, he is set to join us in our Salute to Our Nation. Please welcome Emo Polaszek. It is that time. Please rise. Please remove your hats, face the flag. As always, veterans and current service personnel, you may perform a service salute at your discretion. And join us for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was a concert march called The Southerner, getting things underway tonight. It was composed in the early 1900s by Russell Alexander. He was a euphonium virtuoso, composer, and entertainer who was active with vaudeville shows and musical comedy organizations. Big change of gears right now. We're going to set the stage for a salute to Slavonic life with a selection by Elliot Del Borgo called Slavonic Dances. It's a very challenging piece for the Ames Municipal Band. It includes 5 authentic Slavonic folk tunes, ranging from energetic and colorful to slow and introspective. Composer Elliot Del Borgo, an American composer from Pennsylvania. He taught at the Crane School of Music in Potsdam, New York for many years, became a member of the American Bandmasters Association in 1993. Slavonic Dances. It is time now to once again welcome this evening's guest vocal soloist. Please welcome back to the stage, Emil Polaszek. Emil, as mentioned earlier, has been on this stage performing with the Ames Municipal Band many, many times over the years. He works for the Siemens Corporation here in Ames. Very musical family. Emil is very musical, of course, obviously. His wife, Mary Kay, the orchestra director at Ames High School for many years, and their son, Caleb, a professional violinist in Austin, Texas. He says his youngest is off to college now, so they might actually have a little bit of life ahead of them. Might have a little change of gears. You know how that goes. Emil will be starting off with a selection from a song cycle by composer Robert Schumann in 1840 called Dichterliebe, or A Poet's Love. 16 songs are in that cycle. They came from the Lyrisches Intermezzo of Heinrich Heine, written in the 1820s. This selection is called Ich grolle nicht, which means I bear no grudge. And for the finale, Emil will be presenting a selection from Tchaikovsky with language that came from Count Tolstoy. It's part of a Tchaikovsky collection called Seven Romances. Emil Polaszek with your Ames Municipal Band.
Ich grolle nicht, und wenn das Herz aufbricht, ewig verlornes Lieb, ewig verlornes Lieb, ich grolle nicht, ich grolle nicht, wie du auch strahlst in Diamantenpracht. Es fällt kein Strahl in deines Herzens Nacht, das weiß ich längst. Ich grolle nicht, und wenn das Herz aufbricht, ich sah dich ja im Traume und sah die Nacht in deines Herzens Raume und sah dich schlank, die dir am Herzen frisst. Ich sah, mein Lieb, wie sehr du elend bist. Ich grolle nicht, ich grolle nicht. My blessing fall on this fair world, on mountain, valley, forest, ocean. The clarion winds in ceaseless motion, and heaven's blue banner high unfurled. And blessed the staff that hither bore me, the arms that helped me on my way, the boundless plain that lies before me, the glowing morn, the evening gray. The very path by which I wander shows glorious, golden, bathed in light. No blade of grass that glistens yonder, but seems a star from heaven's height. Oh, might I in my exaltation to all the world this joy impart, would I might clasp the whole creation, lovers or strangers, foes or brothers, would I might clasp them, the whole creation, with fervent rapture, to my heart.
Emil Polashek, ladies and gentlemen. Well, one last time, we have to extend a big thank you, of course, to our media partners here with the Ames Municipal Band. We are live on News Talk 1430 KASI Radio right now, so everybody wave to the people listening on the radio. And don't forget, you can also tune in Sunday morning at 9 o'clock and hear a rebroadcast of this concert. And TV, online, we've got you covered with Ames Channel 12 and the City of Ames website. The Ames Channel 12 concerts, this one will be on Friday, tomorrow evening, 7 p.m., and Saturday at noon. And don't forget, of course, there's that City of Ames YouTube channel. You can bring that up any old time you want. You can find this concert, lots and lots of others. You can relive all the great moments from this season and probably seasons earlier, too. And, of course, look for these concerts on Ames Channel 12 as we head through the fall and those cold, freezing, snowy winter months. And you can fondly recall these wonderful evenings in Bandshell Park with the Ames Municipal Band. Jaime Tejedor, a Spanish musician and composer who was well known in his home country and also became well known worldwide thanks to this composition we will bring to you here tonight. A Paso Doble, written in 1925 and named after a 12-year-old piano student of Tejedores. This is Amparito Roca. Sí, me gusta mucho. Amparito Roca from your Ames Municipal Band. Well, the euphonium is one of the world's best-known low brass instruments. Its name is derived from ancient Greek, meaning well-sounding or sweet-voiced. In more modern times and in marching bands, the euphonium has morphed into what is commonly called the baritone. Tonight we have a euphonium specialist set to perform with us. Please welcome to the stage, Peter BEKKERUS. Peter is a senior at Iowa State University, majoring in music education. He'll be graduating next May. He's from Denison, Iowa, and at Iowa State he has been in the wind ensemble, the Cyclone Marching Band, and played in pep bands there as well. He will begin with a selection by John Morrissey, a 20th century American composer called NIGHTFALL, and then we'll conclude his performance with the classic popular selection, Moon River by Henry Mancini. Here is Peter BEKKERUS on the euphonium. Peter BEKKERUS, the euphonium soloist here tonight. Wrapping things up there with Moon River. Speaking of moon, and it was alluded to by the Fifth of Brass Quintet earlier tonight, there is a total lunar eclipse tomorrow. Longest one of the 20th century, really cool, except in case you haven't looked into it yet, North America is completely out of luck for seeing any of it. So, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. There's still time to hop a jet and go somewhere else in the world, maybe. But wait till the concert's over, please. For those of you who take good notes here, you might recall we had a bit of a history lesson on Dixieland music earlier this summer. But for those of you who were not here or maybe passing notes or talking amongst yourselves during that concert, we'll enlighten you once again here with Dixieland School. Class is now in session. Around the turn of the century in New Orleans, the Dixieland sound came into being, and it can be traced to a group called the Original Dixieland Jazz Band. That's jazz with two S's. So Dixieland actually referred initially to the band and not actually the music. In this Dixieland collection here tonight, featuring members of the Ames Municipal Band, this is from Johnny Warrington. We will be bringing you Royal Garden Blues, Mississippi Mud, you know that one, it's a treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud, and a song that does not have roots in the South as far as I know, but it's still a great tune and one that is near and dear to the heart of IndyCar racing fans and Indy 500 fans like me. Back Home Again in Indiana is part of this. This is a medley called Dixieland Front and Center. Well, once again, we thank you very much for being here with us tonight. How about this weather? Man, I tell you what, anybody bring a sweater or a jacket with them tonight? Yeah, I think I might see a few on already. I tell you what, no need for the towel or the big portable fan we keep backstage tonight. Boy, this is pretty wonderful, pretty amazing. And what a great weather week for the Ragbri Riders, too. A reminder for you, the Central Iowa Symphony will be in concert here in Banshell Park Thursday, August 2nd, 8 p.m. There will be selections from Peter and the Wolf, Carousel, The Sound of Music, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Cats, Oklahoma, and Evita. That's quite a lineup. That's Thursday, August 2nd, 8 p.m., Central Iowa Symphony right here. In 1763, the Reverend Augustus Montague Toplady wrote a Christian hymn that was first published in 1775. It is thought that as he was traveling along a gorge in his native England, he was caught in a storm and found shelter in a gap in the rocks and began writing the initial lyrics to what became one of the world's most revered and recognized hymns. Our hymn selection this evening is Rock of Ages. Before we get set to wrap things up here this evening, I want to mention one more time, because a lot of people have been asking throughout the concert season, what's up with the lights? How come the lights are different? How come we're not doing the flashing revolving colored lights during the closing of Arch this year? Well, they're pretty old and tired, a lot of these lights, but the good news is the plan is for next summer, next municipal band season, brand new LED lights are going to be installed here in the band shell, so that'll be a treat to look forward to. Right now, I would like to call to the microphone the director of the Ames Municipal Band, Dr. Mike Galimo.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have so many great traditions. Playing a hymn tune just prior to concluding with the Sousa March each week. Those are, that's some of our traditions. Another tradition is that at the final concert each year, we recognize the band members and so many people that work behind the scenes. We just take a moment to recognize them for all of their hard work and their dedication throughout the season. Would like to start by thanking my boss, Craig Kaufman, who works for the City of Ames Parks and Rec. He's in charge of the Ames City Auditorium, Banshell Park, the Community Center manager. Would like to thank Craig for all of his help and his good work without the year. I know he's out here somewhere. Craig, thank you so much for your help. Thank you. Okay. Our good friends from Ames TV 12, Derek Chrysler and his crew, these people that you see behind me and over here, and Derek is downstairs each week. He's figuring out which camera shots to take, but it's always fun to, as John said earlier, to watch those throughout the winter and look at a concert and go, I remember that concert was 90 degrees, and it's always kind of nice to hear that in the, see that in the winter. To thank Mel Crippen and our good friends at KASI AM 1430 for broadcasting all of our concerts and rebroadcasting them, and their sponsors, including Wild Birds Unlimited. We'd like to thank all of those folks. Would like to thank Jake Elmquist and Elmquist Towing. They were new to us this year. They provided a truck and a driver for the 4th of July parade, and we appreciate that. Thanks to Jake Elmquist. Kevin Cook is one of our dear friends, all of our good friends at the Best Western Plus University Park Inn and Suites. They allowed many of the performers earlier this season from the Heartland Marimba Group to crash at their hotel. That is the official hotel of the Ames Municipal Band. We're going to say that. And I know Kevin is usually here. Kevin, where are you? I know he's hiding back here. Kevin, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Best hotel in town. Best Western plus University Park Inn, corner of 30 and University. Okay. Our backstage crew is terrific, and the people out here. Charles Berg, Charlie, who does our sound each week. He's with part of a crew back here. Joan Berg and Ben Fry. They set up the chairs and stands. Here's Joan over here in the blue. You see these people just kind of doing all the setup, all the teardown. So much work for us. All of the stuff with the pre-show groups. They're terrific. How about a nice hand for all of those folks too? Yeah, Charles, Joan, and Ben. Yeah, there's Ben hiding back here. Would like to thank some of the internal people that help this group run smoothly. Paula Anderson, who is in charge of our polo shirts, our uniforms, making sure we look pretty each week. Paula's right here. Katie C., who's in, would you stand, who does all of our library. She helps with the library and putting out and putting away music each week. And Pamela Webster, who does our Facebook page. If we could have a big round for these three ladies. We're fortunate that we have the best announcer in the business, John Burnett-Larkins. He keeps our programs energized. He always researches our selections, has great information. He is a seasoned professional, and I appreciate that he has such a friendly style, and that's a true reflection of his personality, and he is a huge part of our success. So would you please help me in recognizing and thanking John Burnett-Larkins, JBL. We'd like to recognize our band members now. You might not know, we put this concert each week together in a 2-hour rehearsal. We meet every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. And then we do a 60-minute concert on 2 days later. And we do that 8 weeks in a row. Plus we perform for the 4th of July parade. We do the ceremony out at the Ames Municipal Cemetery on Memorial Day. And we play at the Boone Municipal Band Festival. So it's a very busy summer for all of these folks on stage. And we'd like to recognize them by their years of service that they have been in the band. So if this is your first year playing with the group, if you are a rookie, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Rookies, rookies! Terrific. If you are in your second year through your 5th year in the band, would you stand? Hey. If this is your 6th through your 10th year, if you fall in there somewhere, would you please stand? Yeah. They're starting to look a little bit older, aren't they? There you go. If this is your 11th year through your 15th year, 11 through 15. Janet's not sure. 16 through 20. 16 through 20. There you go. And Rick. Yeah. If this is your 21st through your 30th year, if you fall in that range somewhere. How about that? Yeah. It's these elder people that are in the group that pass on the traditions, the excellence. This is terrific. If this is your 31st through 40th year in the group, 31 through 40, and Paul over here. Yeah. And this is now getting silly. 41 through 50. If you've been in the band that many years, how about that? Wow. That's remarkable. 51 through 60? 51 through 60. Paula, how many years, Paula? How many years? 53 years in the band. How about that? It sounds like a sentence, doesn't it? Almost. 53 years in. Okay. And 60 or more years? Bill Ferguson. 64 years. 64 years. Okay. Next, on behalf of the band, we would like to thank you, our loyal audience. Paula, come on up, you guys. Yeah, let's get you guys set up. Yep. We would like to thank each of you, and we appreciate you being with us each week through the varying weather, hot concerts, slightly wet concerts that we've had this year. You are all the reason that we are here each week, and we look forward to seeing you at our next concert here, which is on June 6th, 2019. So mark that, save the date, put that one in your calendar, June 6th, 2019. This year, we would like to recognize somebody who retired from the band at the end of our last season, and we didn't have the opportunity to give him the thanks and the recognition that he really deserved. Terry Adams ended his tenure with us last year and was a loyal member of the band from 1951 through 2017. 67 years in the Ames Municipal Band. Yeah, how about that? And Terry's right down front. Yeah, standing right here. Good to see you, Terry. Woo! As a way to recognize Terry, we'd like to have our German Meisters band play a selection for Terry called Around the Corner. Terry was one of the founders of this, the Meisters, and back in 1954, he was in the group, and they came in second place in the Bill Riley Talent Competition, winning $15. The first year of the Bill Riley Talent Competition, $15. How about that? Would you please help us welcome the Meisters performing Around the Corner, one of Terry's favorites. In addition to that, we have two special gifts for Terry on behalf of the members of the municipal band. First is we will be presenting him with a generous gift card which can be used at the restaurants of his choosing here in Ames, and either his choosing or his wife Helene's choosing. They're here together. And secondly, very soon we will have a tree planted at Bandshell Park in honor of Terry, and it will have a brick below it that will be inscribed, "In honor of Terry Adams, Ames Municipal Band bass clarinetist, 1951 through 2017. That will be very special, and we think a very lasting tribute to really a terrific person and an incredible legacy. How about another rousing round of applause for Terry Adams, 67 years in the band. Terry, stand up so we can thank you. We'd like to conclude tonight's concert, as is our tradition, with a Sousa March. This is the Washington Post March, composed by John Philip Sousa in 1889. And this march was composed at the request, or it was commissioned at the request of the owners of the Washington newspaper, the famous Washington Post. Sousa wrote this march while he was still conducting the United States Marine Band, and it became exceptionally popular in Washington. It was very fortunate that at the same time, the march happened to be well suited to the two-step dance, which was just being introduced. The march was adopted by a dance masters organization, and as the two-step replaced the waltz as a popular dance, the waltz became a great hit both nationally and internationally. So thank you again for being with us this season. Congratulations and thank you to Terry Adams, a very special person. And we would like to conclude this season with John Philip Sousa's March, The Washington Post.
Under the direction of Dr. Michael Galimo, ladies and gentlemen, your Ames Municipal Band. How to put another concert season in the books. Once again, thank you, all of you, for your support. I'm John Burnett-Larkins on behalf of all the members of the Ames Municipal Band. Good night, everyone. We'll see you next year.